Hi there, this is Ranjit, and I'm getting a lot of question from you guys, and many of you are confused whether to go with the newer Samsung Galaxy Note 7 or the S7 Edge. And I had used the S7 Edge for over 2.5 months as my primary phone. So let's get on with the main differences and the practical differences that you would feel. Again, I have been using this Note 7 now for almost about 3 weeks, so I'm also used to this one. And the first thing is regarding size. I'm getting a lot of questions regarding the sizes. Yes, the Galaxy Note 7 has a slightly larger screen, that's a 5.7 inch, whereas the S7 Edge had a 5.5 inch screen. But don't worry, when you hold them in the hand, the difference is not that much. So if you purely want to decide based upon the size is sort of very similar in terms of in-hand feel for both the devices. If you really want a smaller phone, I would suggest the Galaxy S7 even over the S7 Edge. That's my frank opinion. Now, recently, Samsung has dropped the pricing of the S7 Edge in India. Earlier, if I recall, it was for 57,900, but just recently, just about 5-6 days ago, they have dropped down the price to 50,900, and this Note 7 will be priced at 59,900 in India. So now there is a price difference of 9,000 rupees between both these devices. Earlier the price gap was not that much, but now it's a substantial price gap that I feel that's about 9,000 rupees. You have to keep that into account. Now let me talk about some of the new features on the Note 7. Regarding internal storage, you do get a lot more internal storage on the Note 7. With the S7 Edge, you get 32 gigabytes of internal storage, whereas we get 64 gigabytes of internal storage with the Note 7. So in terms of internal storage, if you load a lot of apps and very heavy games, and you think that 32 gigabytes out of that roughly usable, you get about 24 gigabytes won't be sufficient, then you can lean over the Note 7, because the Note 7 has 64 gigabytes of internal storage. Next, the new feature that we find on the Note 7 that's not present on the S7 Edge is that iris scanner, and in fact that works. I've already made a different video regarding the iris scanner, and you can check out that. I'll have the link in the YouTube show notes. So we have that functionality of the iris scanner on this Note 7 that's not present on the S7 Edge. Next biggest thing with the Note devices is the inclusion of the S Pen. So think, will you use the S Pen, and are you the person who likes to jot down notes and stuff like that? It's very easy to write down notes. You can even write on the screen and do stuff. So if you are that kind of a person, you can use this Note 7. And again, S Pen, I have noticed that it's a hit or a miss. Some people love the S Pen, but I know many people, majority of the people who have the Note series just don't care about the S Pen. So decide, if you think you will be using the S Pen, then go with the Note 7. Next thing is regarding if you buy even the S7 Edge or even the Note 7, just get a damn case. Both these devices are sort of slippery, and they have Gorilla Glass protection. In terms of Gorilla Glass protection, the S7 Edge has Gorilla Glass 4, whereas Note 7 has Gorilla Glass 5. But still, I would suggest get a case, because these devices are sort of slippery. And next, moving to battery life. In technical terms, the S7 Edge has slightly beefier battery at 3600 milliamp hour, whereas this Note 7 has a 3500 milliamp hour battery. But in day-to-day usage and regular testing that I have done, the battery life is almost similar on both the devices. So there is not a much difference in terms of battery life, and I have to say the battery life is good on both the phones. With my regular daily usage, that's on let's say about 40% on 4G or 3G data, and on Wi-Fi when I'm in office and stuff, I could easily last for a full working day. For example, even at night at about 11 o'clock, I still had about 30% charge on both the S7 Edge and the Note 7. In terms of screen on time, I would say it hovers between 4.5 to slightly over 5 hours. That's about 5 hours 15 minutes or so that I was getting. So in terms of battery life, not much difference that I have noticed between both these devices. There is one more thing that I have noticed, that is on the Note 7. The Note 7 screen is slightly brighter if you go outdoors, but again the S7 Edge screen is also easily visible in direct sunlight, so I don't see it as a huge edge. But yeah, And there is another thing that I have noticed that Samsung has done with this Note 7 is that whenever you play back any video content, it automatically detects that and boosts up the screen brightness and makes it really vibrant. They call this DNE technology, what they had in their televisions. So that's also implemented on the Note 7. I wouldn't say it's a must-have feature or something like that. You can always manually crank up the brightness even on the S7 Edge. So as you can see, not a huge difference between the S7 Edge and the Note 7. The biggest difference for me personally is the higher internal storage that you will be getting, 32 compared to 64 that you'll be getting on the Note 7, the S Pen feature and the iris scanner. So again, decide, are you going to really use the extra internal storage and the S Pen? I would say these are the two deciding factors that you have to look into. But if you think that you're not going to use huge storage or the S Pen, then I would say you can definitely go with the S7 Edge. The S7 Edge is still a perfectly viable phone. It's still a flagship. In fact, the internals are the same. Note 7 is also using the same processor that is used on the S7 Edge, and in fact the camera modules is also the same. So again, guys, there is now a price difference about 9,000 rupees. So you have to also take that into consideration. So still, I would say if you have the budget, you want the best from Samsung, then I would say go with the Note 7. But if you want to save some money and you feel that you won't be using that extra internal storage and the S Pen features, then definitely you can still go with the S7 Edge. Again, I have already posted my in-depth review for the S7 Edge. You can check that out for more details. And in fact, I have also posted a FAQ video on the Note 7 where I answered most of the common questions that I was getting, and I'll be soon be posting the full in-depth review for the Note 7 also in the next couple of days. So just stay tuned to my channel, and if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.